What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I don't think anybody has done this specific video that I'm about to do. Obviously, tier lists are all over the place all the time. You can probably just go on YouTube and scroll for days when you look up tier list videos. But today, I wanted to do something a little bit different. Since we are actually getting a Call of Duty this year, bummer, Sledgehammer Games is the one that is going to be making it. And I just wanted to go by and ranking every single one of their maps. I am a Call of Duty enthusiast, I guess you could say. And Sledgehammer Games, not necessarily my favorite, but I'm willing to give it a fair ranking and a fair chance. I want to get through this video as fast as possible because I don't want to make it 30 minutes long like my other tier list video. Let's get right into it. Alright, first up, Ascend. This was the very first map that I ever played on Advanced Warfare, B tier. Atlas Gorge, D tier. Biolab, I believe in ranked it was pretty cool, but like in pubs people were just super garbage and your team was a hit or miss. It would either be you're doing really good or really bad, and then the spawns were super bad too. But I kind of did like the aesthetic and I liked that it was a snow. A tier. Chop Shop, B tier. I want to say C tier because of its complexity. It's super small of a map and it's a bunch of hallways. It does encourage shotguns and I really hated that incendiary shotgun. Climate, F tier. Not gonna lie, Climate was one of my favorite maps. A lot of the maps on Advanced Warfare, they usually change midway through the game, and Climate is one of those, but Climate doesn't change as drastic as some of the other ones. Climate, all what happens is all the water becomes acid. Super cool. F tier. Comeback, F tier. Pretty good. In a way, we would call it the Nuketown of Advanced Warfare. It was fairly small and there was pretty big openings around the area, and it actually was a really good map to 1v1 friend. Compound, A tier. Compound, I didn't really like it. I like the aesthetic. You know what? B tier. I like the aesthetic of it, but all those moving parts were too distracting and the game was already kind of hard to begin with when you're having to look at everybody on the third level of the game. It was just kind of hard to play on Compound. Core, A tier. It was a desert map. It was pretty cool. And there's actually a score streak that you can get on this map where these things right here open up and a bunch of vats come out and they start attacking people. It's pretty cool. Defender, one of those other maps that changes mid-game. I want to put S tier because it was also one of the first maps I played on Advanced Warfare. And this one, if I remember correctly, midway through the map, a tsunami comes in and kills everybody on the ground unless you get to high ground, which that's why the jetpacks are there. Pretty cool. Detroit, C tier. Really hated this map. There's a tunnel area where people would just go and hide. Super annoying. Drift. I liked the second part, or not the second part, I'm sorry, the second phase of this map. I want to put it in A tier. The first phase was very weird. I remember that a lot of the buildings all looked the same, so you'd be running into a building thinking that's where you died from, but nope, it was somewhere else. Fractured, B tier. I don't like it. All I remember is just me dying all the time and falling off on that map. Green Band, same thing, bro. It's like a whole Terrence area that it is, and you can easily fall off just by jumping over a head. Horizon, A tier. It's pretty good, I guess. For an Advanced Warfare map, it was pretty good. This whole middle area, like the whole thumbnail of the actual map, that ship up there, a lot of people would jump up there and try to snipe, or they would try to like do a bunch of 3-scope. Kind of ridiculous, but I mean they would. Instinct, hated that shit. C tier. If you had that camouflage thing on, which I'm pretty sure not a lot of people used, but either way, if you had it on, it was impossible to see somebody. Okay, so it looks like we're moving on to World War II. Oh, never mind, this is still Advanced. No, wait, this is World War II. Let me just continue going with the other one. Overload, I'm gonna have to put it B tier. B tier just for the fact being that the map looks kind of cool, but other than that, the whole layout of the map is kind of dog water. There's another World War II. Perplex is another one like Compound. There's a lot of things going on. There's just a lot of stuff moving. I want to put it in D tier with Atlas Gorge. Atlas Gorge is actually not that bad of a map, but on Advanced Warfare it is. Ghost, it was okay. Advanced Warfare, it's bad. Quarantine, C tier. I can't really remember that map too much, but if I'm thinking of the one where there's the mall and the market, this map is pretty bad. Recovery, A tier. So this map, I don't know if you guys remember, But on this map, the part of the map where you spawn in completely closes off and Nova gas comes in, and then you gotta be pushed to the other side of the map, and it made a bunch of gunfights super interesting. Although there was a lot of people that would just wait by the doors and just wait for the map to change, just try to kill you. But if you were able to kill them, made gunfights super interesting just because of the migration. Retreat, A tier. I thought it was pretty good. I like how it looked. It's kind of like a spa area in a way, but it's pretty cool. I like it. Riot, B tier. I know a lot of people liked it, but I don't like Riot because of this inside area right here. That inside area is too many places to look up to, too many places to look down to, and way too many entrances. I believe there's 7 different ways to get in. I'm trying to like think about it, but yeah, I believe there is 7 different ways to get in. It's kind of crazy. Site 244, C tier. It was a lot of sniping. You needed an AR. You couldn't play SMG on that one, and SMGs ruled this game, so it was pretty hard, not gonna lie. Solar, A tier. There's a glitch on here, bro. It was super cool where you can get on top of the solar panels and you can jump off and try to trick shot people. I remember doing that with my friends. That was pretty cool. Sideshow was actually a decent map. I want to put it in S tier. A lot of these maps are not greatest, or not the greatest from Call of Duty, but Sideshow, I think it's one of the better ones, and I really want to put it in the top 5 of like every single Call of Duty map, or at least top 10 of every single Call of Duty map, just because of the aesthetic, and I think it looks super cool. The map has a lot of potential, but sadly it does kind of fall short compared to a lot of the other maps that we get in Call of Duty. But in Advanced Warfare, I thought it was pretty good. I think it's a fun map. All right, I don't see any more Advanced Warfare. Yes, Terran. We're gonna put the Terrans and B tier. This was pretty cool. It's a lot like that other one that we're talking about, Greenbound, but Terrans, as a matter of fact, there's only one ledge that you can realistically fall off of, and it's a cliff area, and you can easily notice it, while Greenbound you can't. So I want to put Terrans. And let's see, Swarm, I'm gonna put it in C tier. I don't like the map. The aesthetics of the map make it look too futuristic, and while all these other maps, they have like the mix of futuristic and the present, which I think is super cool, and I like when the concept of the future does that, just for the fact being that it's not gonna phase everything out that is going on in the present whenever we're in the future. So there's a lot of things that can still exist in the future, and that's what I like about most of the map, Advanced Warfare. Swarm doesn't do that. Swarm is like, nope, doesn't exist. All right, so the next one, I don't see any more Advanced Warfare maps now for sure. Okay, I believe there's World War II or Vanguard, whichever one it is. I don't like the map. D tier. I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of complaints about that one, but it's okay. D tier. Parliament. I'm trying to remember. No, that's the USS Texas. Parliament, I want B tier. It's too much of an open area in the ships, and then it doesn't make any sense. There's a snipers up there, and the head glitches don't fucking work. USS Texas, A tier. I think it's a pretty good map. It's a little bit better than Parliament, but not exactly perfect. Urban, which is an Advanced Warfare map. I'm so sorry. Urban is gonna be B tier. No, A tier. A tier, as a matter of fact. This map was amazing. It was so good that it came out on a DLC and they had to put it in rank play. That's how good of a. And I can't even pronounce this one. I hate that broken down building. D tier. There's just too many people that sit there in that LMG with that LMG is so unfair. Airship, B tier. I don't think Airship should be any higher than B tier. If anything, I believe it should be in C tier, but I want to give it a fair chance just because it was the first one that I played on Vanguard. And then this one, I don't remember it very much, so I want to leave it to the very end until I remember it. This, I can't even pronounce the first word, but the forest. This one was also one of the first maps that I played in World War II. I think it's pretty good. It's a fun map to play on, especially in Domination. There's a lot of just places that you can go through, and it's not one of those 3-lane maps where we get in almost every single COD. This one is a lot of an open area, and it's just kind of crazy. The layout is pretty cool. That big word again. B tier. The only reason why I say B tier is because I feel like they're trying to copy World at War, and I just don't like that they failed at copying World at War. Chancellor, I can't remember. Sorry, I'll come back to it. Dunkirk, A tier. Now, they tried copying World at War again, but just with the aesthetic. I think the map looks super cool. The layout of the map is a lot similar to the one in World at War, and I really do like how the map looks. It makes the game pop. The only thing I don't like is the guns in this game. The guns in that game are super weird. Next one, Egypt. I'm gonna put a B tier just because I just remember dying so much in that open area on the right side, I believe it is. Flag B. It was pretty bad. Excavation, that is an advanced warfare map, so I'm gonna put it A tier because excavation, if I remember correctly, this map, there would be a volcano that would just erupt and lava would come out to the bottom and you would have to get pushed to another side of the map. You could still go in that area, but you wouldn't be able to actually fight on there. A tier. Flag tower, C tier. This one, another one, too many places to hide in, and there's that bunker area where people would just sit with a shotgun. It was so Gibraltar, I'm gonna put a B tier. I think it's a decent map except for this area where the thumbnail's at. There's a spot where they can just sit on top of the building and just shoot you from. You can't do anything about it. You can't even shoot them. Gustav Canyon, D tier. Don't even have to talk about it. It's just a whole open map. It might as well have been for ground war of 50v50. Market Garden, I'm gonna put it B tier. Nope, I'm gonna put it F tier actually. This might be the only Vanguard map that is gonna be F tier. No, Vanguard or World at War, one of those. But that one's gonna be the only one. I think it's super cool what they did inside this map, and I think it's super interesting because inside of this map, the way it works is like there's a bunch of hallways and then there's just one open area in the middle with a pool, or it's like some kind of bar area in the middle, and I think it's super dope to play with. Monte Cassino, I want to say this one, I can't really see it, dude. Can't really see it. Oh, this one, I believe this one is a D-Day one, which if that's the case, I didn't like it, so it's C tier. Ponte de Hug, no, this one, the D-Day one. This one, I know which one this one is. It's D tier. This one, it's also trenches. It's also an area with trenches, but on the sides there's these bunkers, and then in the middle is just all these tunnels. So anybody that's in the bunkers, they can easily just shoot the tunnels and easily kill you, and you can't see them. It's super annoying. This one is a pretty cool map. There's a game mode that you can play on this. It's called Push, and I did like that game mode, but I don't like the map just for the aesthetic. I feel like it's trying to be something that it's not, and it's just like a house in the middle of a battlefield, which I think is super cool, but you can't really see any of the battlefield. B tier. I remember which one this one is actually, because I thought it was a different one, but no, I think I remember this. I believe this one is where there's a market area. No, wait, that's the wrong one. My bad. I'm thinking about one from Cold War. So let's move on. Shipment 1944. You can't go wrong with Shipment. It's been overplayed, overused. I think it's kind of decent in my opinion. I don't really like Shipment to begin with. I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack, but I do gotta say that this remaster does make it look super cool. A tier. Stalingrad, I really like what they did with this map. I think it's one of the better ones that we've seen from Russia, but this one, I gotta put it in B tier just because I just remember dying a lot from rooftop camp. The sandbox, if they're talking about the World War II sandbox, I'm gonna put it here. I thought that shit was clunky and it didn't work very well. Let's see. V2 is okay. So V2, it's like a canal area. It's kind of cool if you get the right spawn. But if you don't get the right spawn, you're just gonna die by everybody that is using this. So B tier if you get the right spawn. Valkyrie, there's one that has like a bridge in the middle, and this tank is just sitting there on that bridge, and people used to hide behind it. The one that I do remember is Chancellor. Chancellor is actually going to be C tier. This one on the thumbnail, if you're looking at it, there would be people that would just sit up here and they would wait for you to spawn in. Well, this was actually your spawn, and what people would do was just rush and they would just sit up here because the spawns were so broken in this game, and they were able to just wait for you to spawn in and they would just keep killing. So C tier. This one I can't remember it. Sorry, but I want to put it in D tier just because it does look pretty bad. But I also don't want to give it a rating. So there it is, boys. That is my tier list of every single Advanced Warfare map ever. Honestly, if you have an opinion, keep it to yourself because it's not right. Mine is correct. This is all correct right here. If you guys do enjoy what you guys saw, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and we'll go ahead and see you in the next one. Peace.